Now, when a man commits to semen retention, it's a definite commitment. They remain abstinent long term, perhaps even lifelong, throughout the course of their entire physical existence, as they are aware from within this physical body. As a result of committing indefinitely to celibacy, one realizes that they are always accompanied by spirit. As a result of this commitment, they are blessed with the presence of the force which is present at every single point in the space of the universe and the world around us. Is present within every individual. And therefore we want to prioritize this spirit and our spiritual potential. Not only think in terms of survival and self-preservation, because with semen retention, naturally we transcend survival mode. Retaining our sexual energy allows us to realize our spiritual and material potentiality fully. And we don't only act if there's a chance for profit, but we act solely for spirit. And profit, material abundance, is a natural byproduct. It's a natural consequence, an automatic effect of committing to abstinence. This is not Alex. This is not my personal promise. This is simply a fact. I've realized through personal experience, and many people can attest to this, the ancient practice of abstinence, where this energetic abundance builds up within us. It's so potent and powerful. We realize very clearly that every individual is an expression of the force that again is present at every point in space, in the universe, in the world around us. And so we act for this force within us, and to share it and give freely that which we've been blessed and given freely. Because it's very obvious that God is our supply. That this supply is unfailable and inexhaustible when fully trusted. It seems that some people, and I know I was at one point too, so I'm not knocking anybody, but it seems that some people are ignorant to the fact that giving and receiving are one. That giving is actually an investment. And I'm not talking about just giving material things. I'm talking about giving of yourself, because that's really the only thing we can give. Giving of our time and attention and energy, which is our value, our vitality. That's truly the only thing that we can give to humanity, because all material things, material prosperity is temporary. We don't take that with us when we leave the body. And so when our priority is spirit, again, we don't act solely for profit. That's not the intent. We act for spirit. And thus we're not ignorant of the fact that hoarding and saving and overly, unnecessarily accumulating invariably leads to loss. This is something that I've realized. That actually, the more I get rid of stuff that's just taking up space, It's like a weight. Lift it off the shoulder. Give it to somebody who can actually use it, who can benefit from it. Of course, there's that. There's giving of things materially, but again, truly, the only thing we can give of ourselves is what we realize spiritually in terms of energy. And thus, we want to prioritize our vitality, the life, and seek the vitality that has given the various religions and scriptures power century after century. And our priority remains our spiritual advancement, and that is our indefinite commitment. And one of the ways to prioritize this is to remain abstinent. Because naturally, this allows us to not only live for spirit, but accumulate it and to consciously interact with it. In this conscious interaction, through this, we develop a deep sense of connection with it and are able to uplift because we see everything and everyone in terms of spirit. It's like a magical heat, a fire within us. And when we live for and nurture this inner fire, we accumulate more, not because we try to, but because, again, it's an automatic, natural consequence of abstinence and living our unconditional purpose to serve the world around us, not for personal self-indulgence, which abstinence eradicates. One's very physical existence becomes very pleasurable. And therefore, pleasure doesn't have to be sought in the external. Because the source, the reservoir of all pleasure, is realized to be within. And even though our outward body, people around us, the body is realized to be temporary, actually, each individual contains within them that which is immortal and eternal. And therefore, the spiritual and the material are seen as one. There is no separation between the spiritual and material worlds. We can simultaneously be operating at various dimensions within ourselves at the same time, living on various planes of existence, we can say, eternally conscious of the eternal presence, even amidst seemingly temporary activity. But really, it's not temporary, because one becomes a very embodiment of eternity by cherishing and respecting and nourishing, preserving their life force energy, their eternal spiritual energy, which is the source of the force of all humanity. And therefore, every activity, although it may appear to be temporary, actually, since it's an extension and expression of one's very own subjectivity, actually, it's eternity. One is therefore full of bliss and knowledge. which is not subject to change. Now, of course, one can consciously change for the benefit of themselves and everyone else, the world around them. A strong person has this capacity, not only to level up and change for their own betterment, but for all of the environment, to be benevolent. And it doesn't even have to be one's intent. It's something that they naturally are as a result of looping back to the beginning of the video, making that definite inner commitment, definite decision of indefinite semen retention. Indefinite meaning there is no set time frame, 11/11. It's eternal. There's no cap, there's no limit to it, because it's indefinite. Just like our infinite essence. And when we are always conscious of this essence, everything is not only seen as and experienced as the presence of this essence, of our source, but also there's a deep peace. It's basically a perpetual feeling of relief. So I hope at least you have belief. If nothing else, if your heart is in the right place, just know that when your soul leaves this body, if your heart's in the right place, there's no worries. When a man remains abstinent, the point of this video is he lives for spirit. He lives for the eternal. And there is a clear discernment between what is spirit and what is matter. And that all matter is an expression, a manifestation of spirit. And although matter is temporary, actually it is seen as being eternal. Because the retainer perceives the essence, which is the source of the surface of appearance. Because they cherish the life force within us. Not just within oneself, but within all of us. And so I make this for your soul awareness, that which I've been blessed. God bless. My hope and wish is that you realize the best of both worlds, both spiritual and material. You realize really that this is eternity. And there's no escaping it. There's no need to run away from it. Because there is no retirement. As said a couple videos ago, retirement is an illusion, my friend. And so when you realize you're an eternal servant, you're naturally, perpetually happy. As you're gifted and given divine synchronicity. As you progress along your spiritual journey to the ultimate fulfillment of your inevitable destiny of full enlightenment. When that's your inner commitment, naturally, you'll want to be abstinent. Because straight and narrow is the path. In semen retention, energetic preservation allows you to stay focused without distraction. And therefore there is a liberation of your attention. And even amidst, again, seemingly temporary activity, your attention is always focused inwardly, subjectively. Even when unconsciously given to the world around you, that which you've been given freely.